Hello guys, Tony here, and in today's tutorial we will be creating a fast and dynamic intro or slideshow that looks truly amazing. Step by step we will make this cool animation, and this is truly a technique that everyone can use to make their unique slideshow or intro. Just import your images or videos and create an animation that will stand out and grab attention. And before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming video tutorials. And without any further ado, let's jump into After Effects and get started. Alright, we're here in After Effects, and first, like always, let's create new composition. Hit on this little icon. This is gonna be final comp, and for the duration let's go to around 30 seconds or type your own number. For me this is okay, 30 frames per second, and width and height full HD 1920 by 1080, and then hit OK. Now let's create another composition. This is gonna be slide 01 1920 by 1080 also, and for the duration I will go 7 seconds. And let's also create third composition, media 01, also 1920 by 1080, 7 seconds long. Hit OK. Now close this final composition for now, and let's drag and drop our media 01 here inside the new composition. As you can see, I already have footage from pexels.com. Of course, you will import your own media. Readjust it here in the scene if you need. I'll just go S for scaling to readjust it like so. Hit P for position also if you need. And now let's import this media composition here inside the slide 01 composition. Find here in the project window and just drag and drop into the slide 01. Now let's make movement for this media 01. Go here at 0 frames, hit S for scaling, set up the first keyframe, and let's type 120. Then let's go to around 3 seconds and let's type 100. Now let's duplicate this media 01, hit Ctrl+D or go edit and then duplicate. This is gonna be color 01, okay. And now let's select this color 01, this is the second media, and just double click on this little icon, rectangle tool, to create mask. Okay, now let's go here to around 1 second and 15 frames, okay. Open up this mask property and set up the first keyframe for mask path, okay. Now go to around 0 second and 15 frames. And let's go select here mask and let's make a movement like this. Okay, now select both of the keyframes, hit F9 on your keyboard, and let's go to the graph editor, and if you can't see curve like this, just go right click and hit here edit speed graph. And now let's create curve like this. Okay, and now when we hit 0 nothing happens. This is because we need tint or Triton effect. Go here and find Triton effect, drag and drop on this color 01 and find here your random color. For me, let's try maybe this type of orange, hit OK. And now when we hit 0, we also see this orange color. Now let's duplicate this color 01, hit Ctrl+D, OK, hit also U to show all of the keyframes for color 1 and color 2. And let's select this mask keyframes and move it to around 1 second, all the way to maybe 2 seconds or so. And now when we hit 0, we have this movement, and this second one, let's also change color to maybe this type of yellow color, okay. Now let's also hit Ctrl+D once again. This is gonna be color 3, hit U, select both of the keyframes and move it to somewhere around here. And now let's also change colors to maybe again orange or so. Just play around with your colors, hit OK. Now hit 0 in the scene, first, second and third color, and this is looking awesome. Now let's also create solid layer. Go right click to create new solid layer. This is gonna be BG for background, also 1920 by 1080, and then hit OK. Also let's create text, hit Ctrl+T or go and find here horizontal type tool. Make sure to unselect everything. For the font I'm using this Montserrat Black, 150 font size. I'll just type random text, Tony, like so. Select it and then go to align and align it to the center. If you can't find align, just go window and you will find align here. Okay, now let's select this background solid layer and then go to around 3 seconds or so, hit P for position, set up the first keyframe, and then go to around 2 seconds or so, and let's move this X parameter all the way to the right side like this. And for this softoni text, hit also P4 position, go to around 3 seconds, also set up the first keyframe, then also go to around 2 seconds, and move this one to the left side and the opposite side of this background solid layer. Now let's select all of the 4 keyframes, hit F9, go to graph editor, and let's create a curve like before. Okay, and for the final step, let's select this background, and for the track matte, find here alpha inverted. Now hit 0, first animation, second, third, and fourth, and this is looking great. Now click also on this background once again, go here in the effects and preset, find ramp effect, okay, drag and drop onto this solid layer, and here basically you can play around with the colors for the start of the ramp and end of the ramp. Okay, for the first color, let's change maybe to this dark orange color. You can also use eyedropper like this, and for the second color, let's do maybe something like this. Hit OK, and now let's hit 0 in the composition, and this is looking awesome. You can play around a bit more if you want to see the contrast, different colors, everything is up to you. Okay, I will close this effects control for now. This is our slide 01. We have already created this final composition. Now open up and just drag and drop this slide 01 inside this final composition. Okay, this is gonna be our slide 01. Cool. Now what we can do is to duplicate here slide 01 in the project window, hit Ctrl+D. Now we have also slide 02, open up and select also this media 01 all the way to color 03. Now let's also duplicate this media 01 here in the project window. Now we have also this media 02, rename it. And now let's drag and drop while you're holding Alt on your keyboard on top of all of those 4 compositions. And now let's click here layer name. This is all media 02. Okay. Now open up this media 02 and just replace your first image with your second image like so. And this is looking cool. And let's also import this slide 01 here in the final composition. Okay. And now as you can see, this is our slide 01. Okay. And this is our slide 02. Now what we can do is to select again on this slide 02, hit P for position, and let's move this slide 02 to the left side like so, here somewhere. And now let's also find the frame where our slide 01 is finished with the animation. But before that, we have forgotten to do out animation for the text and for the background. Open up this slide 01 once again. Select this softoni text, hit U to show all of the keyframes, then grab this position keyframes, hit Ctrl+C to copy, go to 3 seconds and 15 frames, and hit Ctrl+V to paste it. Now go right click for the last 2 keyframes, go right click, keyframe assistance, and find here option time reverse keyframes. Okay, do the same for the background, hit U, select position keyframes, hit Ctrl+C, paste it, and then go right click keyframe assistance and go here time reverse keyframes. Also we will do everything the same for the slide 02, hit U, for the text, Ctrl+C, paste it on 3 seconds and 15 frames, right click, time reverse, and also for the background. Hit Ctrl+C and repeat the same everything. Okay. And now here when we hit 0, we have this in animation of our image, and this is gonna be our out animation. Okay, go again here in the slide 01 and let's create the lines. But before that, let's turn on titles and action save. And also now go here and select this pen tool or hit G on your keyboard and make sure to unselect everything. And for this stroke, I will do 4 pixels. Make sure that our fill is set to none. And let's create random line like so. Okay, I'm using shift on my keyboard for those 2 points. Okay, let's rename this one to line 1 and open up this little triangle, find on add trim paths. And now let's animate the trim paths, go to maybe around 2 seconds and 5 frames or so, something like this. Set up the first keyframe for start and end, and let's type here 100 for the both parameters, and then let's go to around 2 seconds and maybe 22 or 3 frames or so, and let's type here 0. Okay, now select all of the 4 keyframes, hit F9, go to graph editor, and let's make a curve like this. Okay, now select just end keyframes and move it slightly to the right side, and now when we hit 0, we have this cool animation of this cool line. Now let's duplicate this line 1, hit Ctrl plus D, or go edit and then duplicate. Once again, hit R for rotation, and instead of 0, let's type 180. Hit 0 to see everything, and as you can see, our lines are looking cool. If you want to see the line animation just inside this background, you can use this background as a matte, hit Ctrl plus D, move it above this line 02, and for the track matte for this line 2, find alpha matte. And now we're making sure that our line animation is here inside the background solid layer. Let's hit 0 again, and our animation is looking great. Now let's copy this line 1 and line 2, hit Ctrl plus C, then go here to slide 2, paste it, OK, and make sure that our line 02 is set to no track matte, move it above, and just let's duplicate once again this background here inside this slide 02, move it above, and for the track matte, let's repeat the process, alpha matte, hit 0 again, and our animation is looking cool. Okay, now go here in the final composition, and for this slide 02, go here to maybe 3 seconds and 15 frames or so. Okay, our slide 02 is outside the main composition, hit P for position, and set up the first keyframe, and then go to around 4 seconds and maybe 15 frames or so, and let's type instead of this number 960. And now this slide 02 is gonna be here in the center of the final composition. Now grab both of the keyframes, hit F9, go to graph editor, and draw the same curve like before. Now hit 0 to see the preview, first slide in animation, and this is our slide 02. You can also play around here with the keyframes. If you want to see faster or slower animation, just reposition this second keyframe. You can also reposition this slide 02 according your needs. Just play around until you're satisfied with your own final results. What you can also do is to go here inside slide 02, change text, maybe instead of softone, I'll just type random text, motion. You can change colors for this first, second and third media, also background color, hit F3, and you can do swap colors or change to another color. Let's do just random colors, maybe this yellow color. And for the second one, let's go maybe this one. I'm just using this random colors to show you the way, hit OK, go here in the final again, hit 0, first animation, this is slide 01, and this is gonna be our slide 02. Alright guys, that was everything for today's tutorial. This was a cool way and cool technique to create this fast slideshow. I hope you learned something new. Use this technique to create even more slides. Just duplicate everything here in the project window, use Alt on your keyboard while you're dragging one media on top of the another, okay? And you can also create as many slides as you want here. And also if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and please consider to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of my future and upcoming tutorials. And until next time, stay creative and bye bye.